Nice to have you, Patricia. So I was just saying that this is Writer Unedited. This is number 15. Wow, who'd have thought? Just me sitting here chatting with you guys, unscripted. Usually I'm not all dressed up. Oh, there are two viewers. Whoever the second viewer is, please comment so I know you're here. So usually I'm not all duded up, but of course I'm wearing my tiara this month, one of my many tiaras. This is just one of my wardrobe of tiaras, because it is release month for How to Plan a Royal Wedding, which is the sequel to Royal Kaleva Gabrielle, and which I wrote especially for my wonderful newsletter subscribers. It is free exclusively to you guys who subscribe, because you're nice enough to invite me into your inbox every month and you read my newsletter and you click on things in my newsletter. Okay, so Facebook says I'm supposed to have 6 comments, and right now I'm seeing just Patricia. So I'm sorry, I will read your comments when they show up, I promise. So that's why I'm wearing a tiara, as I'm sure many of you know. I do love wearing tiaras. And I actually added some jewelry for a change because I'm wearing a tiara and it just looked funny not to have some jewelry on. So what the heck? Also, I'm still sort of, it's a little bit of a hangover from the conference where I actually had to, wear nice clothes, wear makeup, wear jewelry, all that fun stuff. So, I'm still kind of in that mode. Go figure. Okay, I'm still getting no comments. I do apologize, folks. I know you're commenting. I'm so sorry. And I have more viewers, but it's not showing me those. Ugh, Facebook. All right, I'm going to try writing another comment myself and see if that helps. Yay! Here we go. More comments. Michelle, love the tiara. Thank you so much, Michelle. Patricia says, I wish I could have seen you while you were in Georgia. Gosh, I wish you could have too, Patricia. That would have been so nice. But I understand. And Patricia says, tiara love. Of course. Who doesn't love a tiara, right? Although I have to tell you, they're not as comfortable as I would like. I'm kind of glad I don't have to wear one on a regular basis. I feel for Duchess Kate, because it can't be that much fun. Although she does have her glorious long hair to sort of cushion her head. So maybe that helps. Let's hope. So if anybody has questions, please put them in the comments. I am starting to see comments as long as I keep putting a comment in myself periodically. So I'm going to do that right now. That's why all these ends are showing up. Just ignore them. They're just to push your comments up. Okay, so I am back from Moonlight and Magnolias in, actually just outside Atlanta, Georgia in Stone Mountain, and I'm going to talk about that a little later because the first thing I want to talk about is, in my opinion, the most important thing, and that is that this month I am releasing for your reading pleasure, Royal Kaleva, How to Plan a Royal Wedding. And this features Gabrielle and Quinn, who at the end of the, I shouldn't do spoilers, should I? But it's a romance. So at the end of the book, Gabrielle and Quinn get engaged, right? So now there has to be a wedding. And you all know Quinn, she's not going to be real excited about the wedding. So I'm going to read you the blurb. Feel all the feels as shy computer nerd Quinn Pearson navigates the perils and occasional pleasures of wedding a royal duke. When the nephew of the King of Kaleva gets married, the guest list is intimidating, the dress design is overwhelming, and the family dynamics are complex. And you all know their family dynamics were a bit complex to begin with. However, there are tiaras. Yay! Not to mention unexpected support from the royal family itself. Of course, her fiancé, Gabrielle, Duke of Ben Calor, is by her side every step of the way, even sweeping her off for a passionate interlude out of reach of the protocol squad. Yeah, that passionate interlude was fun. You're going to like that, especially the setting. It's fun. You might need some tissues for a happy cry or two as you read this romantic novella in the Royal Kaleva series. I just want to remind you, as the cover says right on the top, spoiler alert. There are a lot of spoilers in this novella because it comes after Royal Kaleva Gabrielle. So make sure you read Gabrielle's story first so it doesn't ruin all your fun. I would hate for that to happen. All right, I'm going to try another comment because, okay, yes, Patricia says yes, yay. So make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter. If you don't know for sure whether you are or not, just subscribe again, because my newsletter service weeds out duplicates, so you won't get 2 of them unless you use 2 different, addresses. Sorry, brain fart. So make sure you're signed up, because it is exclusive for newsletter subscribers. So what did I want to talk to you about? Oh yeah, the conference, Moonlighted Magnolias, which is sponsored by the Georgia Romance Writers. And it was a blast. I had the best time. So somebody asked me, well, what do you do at a writers conference? So here's my name badge from the writers conference. Right, there we go. And so the fun thing is, you get to wear your pins. I only took a few because I was flying and I didn't want it to be heavy. So of course I had to represent for NJRW, which is New Jersey Romance Writers, and the cute little paw print is in honor of my cats, of course. And then my 2 silver ladies are my 2 Rita nominations, which I am still very proud of. The Ritas were, alas, they no longer exist, but they were essentially the Academy Awards of romance writing, and it truly was an honor just to be nominated. Truly an honor. I'm not joking about that. And then I have my 10-year pin for Jersey Romance, Romance Writing Month, which is the writing challenge I run for New Jersey Romance Writers. And the 10-year pin means I have hit the goal of 30,000 words in February 10 years, 10 times. So I'm very proud of that. And then this pretty pin with the mask is from the Maggie Awards ceremony, which was a masked ball. And I wear glasses, and so it's hard for me to wear a mask. So I ended up buying this pretty lace mask, which is just, it's flexible. And I took the ribbons off it and I sewed it onto an old pair of glasses. And that's how I wore a mask, because otherwise I can't wear a mask with I can't wear one of those, solid, those pretty, what I really wanted was one of those carnival masks, with the feathers and the rhinestones and everything. But with glasses, I can't do that, and I can't wear contacts anymore, so it's this or nothing. So I was pretty pleased with myself, because I don't sew, but it worked. It wasn't even too uncomfortable, although I have to confess I did take it off after a while, because I bought an extra pair of glasses. The other great thing about the Maggie Awards was that there were no fewer than 3 finalists from the New Jersey Romance Writers, so I was hooting and hollering big time for that. And one of our finalists won the pre-published Maggie for contemporary romance, and that was Lena Pinto. So a big woohoo to you, Lena. That was so exciting. I was jumping up and down for you. Happy dancing. So what else do you do at writers' conferences? Well, I give a workshop. I gave a workshop called The Subtle Art of Pacing, and I have to say it was really fun to do. I had a full room, which is always very flattering, obviously. And everybody really participated, and because I do some writing exercises during the workshop, and they asked great questions, and I came out of it feeling totally energized myself. So thank you to everyone who came to my workshop, and it was so much fun. I also attend workshops because I always need to learn new things. So I went to, Elena Johnson did this amazing half-day workshop on book launches. She was great. She's such a fun speaker too. And then, let's see, what else did I go say? Sia Huff gave a great workshop on deepening conflict. Joy Jackson gave a great workshop on technology for writers. I picked up some really good tips there. Cookie O'Gorman talked about writing blurbs for your books, which is something I'm not very good at and really don't like doing. So she made it much less intimidating. So thanks to her. Who else's workshop? I think that was it for workshops. Oh, and then there were speeches to inspire us, keynote speeches. And Nikki Salcedo gave the most beautiful poetic speech about her journey. I was absolutely entranced by it. It was just gorgeous, gorgeous language, gorgeous images, so gorgeous. Rayanne Thane gave an incredibly moving speech about the good people in the world. And I thought it was such a timely topic because the world is kind of a mess right now. And she really reminded us that there are a lot of good, just regular folks who are really good, caring people. So that was wonderful too. And what else did I do there? I always volunteer because I just like to get involved. It's a great way to meet people. And the volunteer groups were terrific. So I introduced a couple of workshops, and I worked at a vendor event checking passports, which was fun. But it's mostly fun because you get to, hang out with your fellow volunteers, and you get to meet people, because the main thing I love about conferences is meeting people and reconnecting with old friends, because, a writer's life is pretty solitary. So it's really nice to be with my peeps. And a lot of them I only see at conferences. I really miss conferences, and I'm glad they're making a comeback post-COVID, because for a while there we didn't have any. Except virtually, and it's just not the same thing. You can't drink together at a virtual conference. And I did do some drinking, not a lot. The other thing I met at the conference, which you may have seen on Facebook, was the biggest spider I have ever seen. I was taking a walk around the hotel, which is in a beautiful park, Stone Mountain. So it's out, it's very woodsy. And it was starting to rain, so I needed to get back inside the hotel as quickly as possible. And I wanted to go up this flight of steps. And I started up this flight of steps, and there is this, I kid you not, spider this big with a web. The web is stretched all the way across the steps with a giant spider in the middle of it. And it's starting to really rain hard, and I'm thinking, I don't know what to do, because number one, I'm terrified of spiders, and if I had to go back, I would have gotten soaking wet. So I finally, luckily, as the rain sort of collected on the web, I could see where the strands were more clearly. And I decided if I ducked really, really low, I could get up the steps under the web without disturbing the giant evil spider. So I practically crawled up those steps, and they were cement, so that's saying a lot. But I made it under the spider web, and I dashed into the hotel and didn't get quite so wet. But man, they have big spiders in Georgia. Somebody told me it's called a golden orb weaver, I think. And I'm sure they're not poisonous, but that doesn't matter. I just don't like spiders. Woo. So the good news is, because I went to a conference, I got swag, and I'm going to give it away. So I got this really nice tote bag for carrying you books that I'm going to give away, and then I got stuff that goes in it. So my partner at the Reader Luncheon was Jillian David. Can you see this? Who writes, who's a doctor. She's a doctor herself. And so she gave away these cool pill cases, right? Very practical. I actually considered keeping it for myself, but I decided to be generous. Cute bookmark, book nerd. Nice pad of Post-it notes. Tissues. All sorts of good stuff. A whole bunch of pens. A lot of good pens. And then this fun highlighter by Susan Carlisle, who writes medical romances, and it looks like a hypodermic. Very clever. So, if you're interested in winning this tote with all these goodies in it, you have to comment and tell me which you think is more romantic, Moonlight or Magnolias. Just one word, just put Moonlight or Magnolias, which one you think is more romantic. And you will be entered for a chance to win the tote bag. Yay! Okay, so other announcements. I do have books on sale this month. As I said, my publisher puts these on sale. I have no control, and I never know what they're going to put on sale in a given month. So it's kind of a weird selection this month. In the U.S., the United States, and these are all on Kindle, of course. Country Roads is on sale. And The Place I Belong is on sale. Those are two of the Whisperhurst books, books 2 and 3 of the Whisperhurst series. And then the novella, Second to None, is on sale. And the reason it's in this weird format is because it's electronic only. So I don't have a book. I just have this bound version. But you can see the cover. So those are all on sale in the U.S. And then in the UK and in Australia, The Wager of Hearts books are all on sale on Kindle. So all three of them. The CEO Buys In, the All-Star Antes Up, and the VIP Doubles Down. All three on sale in both the UK and Australia. All right, I'm going to see if we can get comments. And I don't remember the prices because they're varied. Okay, so what are people saying that I finally get to read? Pens, Patricia says. I know, right? I'm a pen freak too. You're lucky I'm letting you have these. I have to admit, I kept one pen for myself because it was really smooth. And the Georgia tote bag, it's a really nice tote bag. I would keep it for myself, but I have a giant collection of tote bags already, so I need to give it away. Oh, good. So we're getting, yeah, Susan's pen is fun, isn't it, Michelle? It's actually a highlighter. And Claudia says, I love Second to None. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you so much. I actually really liked that series. You know, I called it, or I guess my editor called it Billionaires with Heart. It was a series with the rescue dogs and the kids in the South Bronx. It didn't sell as well. I think it was a little too gritty, maybe. You know, something about the South Bronx. I don't know. I thought, kids, rescue dogs, what could be better? I loved writing that series. It was fun. And it touched my heart, you know. That's what I liked about it. So that's the giveaway. I talked about the sale books. You saw my beautiful mask. So I guess the last thing is my writing update, which is not a good one. I'm still working on Louisa's book, but I didn't make anywhere near as much progress as I had hoped this month because, one, there was a conference, and I almost never get anything written at a conference because, frankly, I want to hang out with my peeps because that's why I'm there. So no writing while I was at the conference. And then before that, I managed to come down with some kind of intestinal virus or something, and I was just miserable for about a week, and I just couldn't think, and, you know, it was awful. So I didn't get any writing done there either. But I am back at the keyboard, and I think I mentioned the last time I spoke with you that I was about to launch upon a love scene between Luis and his heroine, and I have now launched into it, and it's fun. It's fun. I mean, think about it. How does a king make love, right? Is it different from other people? I mean, obviously not the physical part of it, but, you know, the dynamic might be a little different. So I'm having a lot of fun playing with that. These are the things you think about. And that's why I'm having fun writing a king, frankly, because it is a little different. And I think that's all I have to talk about. Does anybody have questions? Type a question in. I'm going to put in one more comment to see if Facebook will... Yay, here we go. More. Lynn says, hello, I'm late, but I'm here. Yay, Lynn, so good to have you. Delighted to have you no matter when you come. And thank you guys. Thank you, Patricia and Lynn, for the hugs and the oh no. Yeah, being sick is no fun, but it's over now, so, you know, it's behind me. Oh, sorry. Bad pun. And Claudia says, I felt it was wonderful. I really hope, she's talking about Second to None, the novella that kicked off the Second Glances series. I really hope one day you can write about a certain boy who grew up in difficult circumstances, but loved dogs and slept in the boiler room to stay safe from his biological family. I'm trying not to give a spoiler. Right, Claudia? I loved him. He was like one of my favorite secondary characters. You know? Let me think about that. Because, yeah, those stories really touched my heart, I have to say. So, but evidently, not as many readers like them, sadly. Or maybe Billionaires sort of faded into the past. Who knows? And I think that's all I have for you guys. No questions? But Claudia, thank you so much for your wonderful comment about that. It's nice to know that those stories were appreciated by my truly devoted readers. So thank you. That means a lot to me, actually. All right. So just a reminder, make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter because this will be coming into your inbox soon. I was shooting for this Friday. I don't think I'm going to make it there because of my illness, basically, kind of slowed down all my plans, as illness has a way of doing. But it's so good to see you guys. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I fully intend to be here next Wednesday. Yes, next Wednesday should not be a problem. And that's it. Sorry, I'm sort of fritzing out here. All right, I'm going to write one more comment because I see another person has come. I just want to make sure and say hello to anybody who's here. PJ, thank you. PJ says, I'm right with you, right there with you, Claudia. Thank you so much. That means a lot. It really does, that you guys appreciated those stories. PJ says, glad you're feeling better. Thank you. I am. I feel fine. Luckily, all through the conference, I was fine. And Claudia says, have a great week. You too. Everybody have a great week. Thank you so much for stopping by. Just to remind you, if you want to look at past lives, they are on my YouTube channel. I'll put it in the comments below. And I think that's all I got, folks. So I'm going to say bye.